The stunning 14th stage of the Longines Global Champions Tour heads to the British capital, to London, where its Grand Prix has been dominated by British riders in recent years. Would it be again here in this iconic site of the Royal Hospital, Chelsea? The overall ranking of the championship getting very close. Peter de Vos still at the top, but Ben Mayer could well close that gap today with a good result. Daniel Deusser absent, and so it would be about those two more than the rest to change the championship leadership. Round one of the Longines Global Champions Tour, let's see how it played out. For Marco Kutscher, early to go. The time allowed would prove problematic. One time penalty for him with shades of blue, a lovely round, but one keeps them at the jump off.
And home on clear, what an impressive, no, outside the time.
Oh, would you believe, 71.27. Doha Grand Prix winners early to go as well. Julien Apayat and usual suspect Doge produced the usual top rounds, producing a clear and putting them into the jump-off.
Apayat back wheel, ooh, clear, yes.
It is, there we go, 68.11, clear round number one. Ireland's Shane Sweetman, an horse that came into his yard this year. Alejandro has got better and better. A clean round from then inside the time puts the Irishman into the jump-off. Lauren Huff and Canimera, their first five-star Grand Prix together, their first five-star show. Delighted with the round, they clear over the fences, but another one caught out by the time allowed to finish in one. Peter de Vos, the series leader so far. The impeccably consistent Claire Zed lived up to their reputation once again, producing the clear and starting to shape that jump-off round.
De Vos sets her up. He knows that there's a short distance coming. Holds her, grabs her, leaves the foe to gallop. The time will be good for the Vos, get it deep to the base, and he's in the jump-off, yes indeed.
Scott Brash, last year's winner and three-time winner here in London. All eyes would be on him. Hello, Mr. President, though, dropping a pole, putting him out of the running in the 2019 session. Ben Mayer, having looked impeccable in the Global Champions League, Explosion W, looking nothing less in round one. A clean round and an exceptional production of top-class sport from these two would be a big danger come the second round.
Another
easily
clear.
done at Ben Mayer. That is some combination. There's Neil Moffat, the owner. The normally quick Simon Deleste and Hermes Ryan, another to fall foul of the time allowed, finishing surprisingly for the Frenchman on just one.
Come on, he's outside the time allowed.
Round one producing some exceptional jumping over Alan Wade's course. 12 though going into that jump off, a dozen of the best to battle it out here in the British leg. Well, taking your seats, and well, it is time to settle down. There's Alistair Stewart, news anchor, alongside Rory Bremner, satirist, coming together. It's quite an interesting conversation between those two if you want to go and talk other than horses, but the two of them can talk horses as well for a long time too, with both with their children competing in the sport. But this is now down to the top pros, and Julien Apayat will start us off with the jump off, first of the dozen. And it is going to be usual suspect Doge, the combination that won the Grand Prix in Doha in the early part of the year, exceptionally fast. They take a look at those lines, as you say, a few of those like that line from 4 to 5. It was 6 holding before, it's going to be 5 on a long one, no doubt, and down from 9 to 10B. 7, 6 strides, we'll see what they do down there, running down in
7 or 8, yeah.
Yep. It's amazing what they can do now. You walk a distance and you think that's what it is, and then they'll go and take another one out of it. Julien Apayat is quite capable of doing that. Now, it's firework night. Let's let the best light the place up.
Look at the base he starts with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Little bit unsettled, little bit unbalanced, but on the 7 strides. Tight into the combination, and with the knee down, it is 4 faults early for Ebayard. He knew all the big guns that were still to come behind him. He took all the risk in that very tight turn into the combination. Holding 6, and now the rollback. Eight strides up to Longines. There is room maybe for the 7, but it is 4 in any case for Julien Ebayard.
And one of 2 in the lineup for Ireland. Shane Sweetenham to go first. European Championship gold medalist in 2017. And then Darragh Kenny to go last for the Irish too. Shane with the Spy Coast and Seabrook LLC's Alejandro.
Long 6.
Oh, long.
Oh. And he still had some bend into that line. And now he does a holding 6. That's remarkable. Remarkable choice from Sweetenham, who did really want to take care of that vertical. Also here, holding 6. Round the turn. Does he go for the 7? Does he go flat out in that last line? Here comes Sweetenham. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Clear.
There we go. That's how to do it. 37.44. He puts the marker down from the off. Shane Sweetenham finishing with the clear. Is it enough? Have they tested enough? We'll find out. There's some big guns to come still yet. Sweetenham though wagons well round the corner and chases down. Final fence, launches across it and eyes down over the finish. Sweetenham leads the way, 2 gone. 10 more to come at him. The naturally fast-paced Christie, the 13-year-old for Germany's Marcus Henning. A multiple winner of Grand Prix on the Longines Global Champions Tour. A world, European and Olympic medalist. Has that natural flying pace that he gets without dropping the horse into too much of a difficult pattern. Smooth, rhythmical. Now let's see what they can do today. Yep. 37.44 to chase down.
He's also checking gears. Getting her to lengthen and shorten before the start. 1, 2. Oh, that's long! Rubs it. Ugh. No, if you want to get those 6 strides to that first line, you need to land and ride. He's up for the clock, but he's down for the score. And still, you have to manage to organize that turn into the combination. Takes it nice and easy, doesn't overdo it, goes for the conventional 8. And is home on 4, 39.41, the slowest so far, slowest of the 3. Marcus Henning is 4.
And Jos Verlooy is certainly going to have to start gambling.
Rides that first line, checks the angle from the telephone box to that delicate vertical.
Harry Smolders will have given him instruction. Again, the key bit, a little like Marcus Henning, will be that turn. Just coming back to that alongside the hospitality side.
Nope, goes for 7. Does it give him, oh, little stumble, does it give him more control into this? Yeah, it does. Can he go for the 5 now?
Holds.
No, oh, for the 6, isn't that remarkable? That's 5. Good call from Verlooy,
no.
But the distance wasn't there. Rode it very brave. Here he goes for the 8, keeps it together, is on 4. Where does he finish on the time? 38.94. It is 3rd place for Verlooy.
Shane Sweetenham keeps the lead, clear 37.44. There he is out in the warm-up, just quietly walking the horse off. Alejandro would be this horse's biggest win if they could.
For this man as well, they don't have that speed experience in jump-offs, but he has got the stride to cover all those lines in the least number of strides possible. Look at that, what a flying start.
Sprint Seals.
6, easy. Didn't even have to push. 5, of course, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Covers ground, eats it up. Can he get 5 in here? If he doesn't jump to the outside of the line, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Needs to do 7 in the last line. The leading time is 37.44 of Shane Sweeten. And Bruinseels is slower as he comes around the turn, but he's got an option here. And it's an easy 7 for him. And is he quicker or slower? He's slower.
He's going to be slower. He's definitely going to be slower. Over a second slower, 38.62. And he will go into second place so far, Niels Bruinseels. Kim Emmen, top 5 in Paris a few weeks ago, looking to go even up onto that podium now for the Dutch rider. First time this year onto the Longines Global Champions Tour. Meg Berghoff's at Delvaux, this 11-year-old by Chaco Blue. And now a big stage is clear for her. Shane Sweeten still leads. Bruinseels, Empire and Enning are out the way.
This is also a big strider. But she doesn't want to lose control over him, and she gets him just too deep to the second vertical in the jump off. Another one goes, and she's on 8. That's a pity for Kim Emmen. And credits to her, she keeps on growing in this 5-star level. Producing clears for the Swans and clears as an individual. Second time she's in the jump off of a Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix in her first season. On 7 home, easy 7, but the 8 keep her out of touch with Shane Sweeten.
Yeah, 8 faults in 44.15, and as you say, first season for her on the Longines Global Champions Tour, settling in well. Shane Sweeten breathing there. I think he knows, though, with what's coming up, he may get edged out here. Robert Whittaker, home chance for him. Straight on the angle from the start with the 16-year-old catwalk. Second in the recent Ascona Grand Prix.
All the experience you can think of. He goes for the forward 5, and he has it down.
He was close on time.
Yep. Fast 4, Julien Empayard, 38.80. Makes it 8 to the last. Look at his time, he's not slow.
No.
39.10.
The series leader of the Longines Global Champions Tour, Peter de Vos of Belgium, the de Vos stables, Claire Z, this 11-year-old by Clearway. It has been an exceptional combination this season. Grand Prix winners in Miami this year. They have the pace, they have the ability. I think this is where this jump off is going to start to change. De Vos, Meyer, Van Pasch and Lamar's Kenny. This is where the real shape of it's going to come out. The early ones had an opportunity to put a lot of pressure on. Shane Sweeten has done that. I think we could be finding a little half extra gear here with this group.
37.44. De Vos starts on the left lead. Everybody else did it on the right. But the left lead is the easiest for Claire, but she blocks a little bit as she comes out of the turn. And he does 7 strides. Is he not thinking about the win, and is he thinking about the championship?
I'm going to say he was thinking about the turn, I think, but that's put pay to it all sides.
Had a difficult start off the jump off. Now fast 4, 38.80 of Julien Empayard. Does De Vos take some risk to the last fence? He has to go for the 7, no? And another one down that puts him on the back foot. Leaves the door open for Meyer as well.
Certainly does. Leaves him on a score of 8:38.74. Meyer third in the championship at the moment, and a win here would help. De Vos, I think, going to be far enough up that he'll keep in the lead of the overall championship at the moment. You can see by his face a little bit of opportunity lost. Ben Meyer, first of 4 left to go. British hopes hang with him. 4th here last year.
Faster than Brash, but one down.
It was one down with Explosion W. Twice second this season, four-time Grand Prix winner last.
7 strides. Not the risky ride of Sweetnam. A horse that's naturally fast over the jumps and over the ground, and here he does one less than Sweetnam, so that's better. Just ahead of the clock, 0.17.
This horse is an absolute machine.
5. He's a little bit wider here on the turn. 37.44. Ben Meer.
1 to go, 37.44 to beat. He should, gotta leave it, and he does. 35.98. Mayer makes up for last year's indiscretion, if you like, just dropping a fence. He's not going to do that this. He goes into the lead, and the British rider, to British applause, goes in front. Ben Mayer pushing himself further and further up that championship table if he can, getting close on DeVos for a battle to the finish. And Ben Mayer goes in front with a brilliant round. Explosion W keeps up that record. Look at them there, launches. A horse with an exceptional stride, exceptional ability. As Ben said before, his job is just put it in the right place.
Sweetnam was 1.2 seconds faster than his direct rival. Ben Meer is a second and a half faster than Sweetnam.
Yep. 35.98. Ben Mayer leads here in London.
Is Van Baarchem with 23 ready for this big test?
Step up for them. Determined look on his face. 3 left to go.
That's good.
Ah, no.
And another one. No. Ooh. That's a pity for Van Baarchem. Neither him or the horse deserve that, but you have to learn somewhere to ride those races against the clock in these 5-star Grand Prix. And that leaves us with 2 men left to go in this jump off. Van Baarchem brings 23 home, 4 down, 16 points, 43.51.
Yes, he will go to the bottom of the table, I'm afraid. As you say, it is a step up for that combination together. They had a lovely first round. Just put the pressure on. Not quite. 2 left to go, but there's 2 that are going to have a big say in this yet. 1 for Canada, 1 for Ireland. Mayer is not home and hosed, and neither is Sweetnam in that qualifying position. They're both going to be watching very, very carefully, and especially this man, Eric Lemare's Chaco Kid. The Olympic champion in 08, Olympic medalist in 2016. Ulcher's family, Spencer Smith watching closely. It would be an exceptional story as well if this man can lift the trophy. It would be his first ever win on the Longines Global Champions Tour in terms of Grand Prix. All of the supporters on the edge. Lemare's has the pace with Chaco Kid. Can he burn down that time of Ben Mayer's 35.98? Mayer is watching on the screens outside.
Here comes Lemare's.
He'll certainly give it his all.
7 strides, little bit unsettled, landed left, had to go right, gets into the double. Adds a stride in here, split time, just half a second, over half a second slower. Can he find it somewhere?
He gave it a real run across there.
Maybe he can make the rollback tighter, because Mayer, yes, he is tighter. Come on, Eric. Come on, come on, come on. 35.98. Eric Lemare's. Could he win it here?
It's going to be close, but it's not going to be enough, and he just loses that last fence. 37.35 for the Grand Prix winner out in Spruce Meadows this season. Eric Lemare's with a brilliant comeback in his career goes into 4th place. 37.35 without that fence down would have gone into 2nd place. Ben Mayer has set a blistering time with Explosion W to lead so far. Shane Sweetnam maybe breathes a sigh of relief there as well, as he stays in that qualifying position for Prague. Good effort, Eric. Don't count out the last to go though, but he is sitting on a 9-year-old.
And Kenny's in the form of his life.
He is absolutely. Chantilly Grand Prix winner. Last to go with Classic Dream, the 9-year-old by Calestis.
Massive swing. This is tight. Ooh, give him room. He finds it. Oh, the horse has got so much ability in the body.
Just a fraction down.
Yeah. It's not impossible. Come on, Derek. Can you make that turn here tighter? .35.90. Derek Kenny.
It's going to go Maya's way.
Yep.
It is Darragh Kenny there. He's over a second adrift, 37.62. And so he will go into third place overall. He'll finish on the podium. But it is going to be Ben Mayer that claims the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of London, presented by Tenor. Delight amongst the Podent Farms team once again, and wins his first Grand Prix of the season. He's twice finished second. He's already qualified for the Super Grand Prix. Shane Sweetnam of Ireland will qualify now for the Super Grand Prix with Alejandro, and Darragh Kenny there giving it good effort. He's already into Prague as well. It's Great Britain, Ireland for the top three, the podium finish for this event here in London. The overall result for the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of London. A win for Ben Mayer on home turf for the British rider with Explosion W, his first win of the season. Shane Sweetnam, a very good performance on Alejandro to go into second place. Ireland also finishing in third with Darragh Kenny and Classic Dream. Niels Bruynseels after that solid round on Jensen to finish in fourth. Eric Lemars just dropping that final fence for an eventual fifth place. Julien Appia, Jos Valois and Robert Whittaker completing the top 8. We go and catch up with home winner here in London, Ben Mayer.
It's incredible. Always the best win is to win at home, and to ride probably in my opinion, I'm biased, but one of the best horse in the world is an incredible feeling, and it's I don't know what to say.
You're talking about the horse, about Explosion. You're calling him one of the best horses, maybe the best horse in the world. You didn't have to push, but he was ready, wasn't he?
Yes. We started the year a little slower than last year. He's had 2 Global Champions Tour seconds, just missed out. Took all of the risk today. He felt incredible, and he deserved this win. He's been jumping well the last weeks. We have a huge team, and really nice. We have multiple show grooms and home grooms, and it's great to see them all here today supporting, and nice to give something back for all the work that they do behind the scenes.
Now Ben Mayer against Shane Sweetnam. Let's see the two up against each other. Mayer a little bit behind at this time, but just doesn't look troubled by it. Shane Sweetnam early on getting the advantage. This is where Mayer picks up the 5 strides down there. This is where he really picked up the pace across the centre. Real galloping stride, and this is where he overtook Shane Sweetnam. This is where he really started to use that full V12 engine of Explosion, and from this point onwards he was ahead, home and hosed. A superb performance. The overall ranking sees Peter de Vos stay at the top, but it's still a little bit open between the top 5. Ben Mayer climbs up a place into second place. Last year's champion is now bearing down on the Belgian. It's going to go close to the wire. And of course, the traditional part of the ceremonies, the national anthem of Great Britain. Packed crowds, lots of entertainment, all the wonderful ceremony of the Household Cavalry and the Chelsea pensioners all brought together in London. But it's already on to the next step and to the spiritual home of the Longines Global Champions Tour as we head to the Netherlands, Valkenswaard.